is the PhD, and what's the other program? The Cleveland Clinic.
Total 8. 7 of 8.
Yikes. Okay. Yikes.
Total 7 of 8.
Wow. Just a business marketing. Wow. It's really hard. I heard it's even more. A lot of
Yes, it was here. And it's 4 more years. Just 4 more years. Yes, exactly. So thank God I'm still updated.
And their mother, they're independent. Well, I know. Okay.
It's marvelous to have you all with us today. This day marks a singular achievement for our new students. Today, you enter our medical community of scholars and healers. Some of you have recently come to this call. Some of you have been waiting for this all your lives. This will be your entree into a special world. You will begin to see the world from a different perspective. It will be quite an adventure. May I ask our adventurers, our new students, the entering class of 2016, stand and let us all celebrate your accomplishments arriving here at Case Western Reserve. What a remarkable group of students you are. You should look around at your colleagues, for they too will be your teachers in the years ahead. This class was selected from a large and accomplished pool of applicants. Nearly 6,600 students applied and more than 1,200 were interviewed in all three of our programs. The 271 in the university program, which is in its 173rd year. The 32 in the Cleveland Clinic Lerner College of Medicine of Case Western Reserve University, the 13th class to enter this program, and 14 in our MD PhD program, the 61st year of this distinguished program, most of which have been funded here by an ongoing competitive grant from the National Institutes of Health. This year, we also welcome 3 students who completed their dental graduate education and will complete their MD degrees here at the School of Medicine to become oromaxillofacial surgeons. The students this year come from 91 different colleges and universities, now the largest number from Case Western Reserve, 14, but 12 come from the University of California, Berkeley, and 11 from the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. Not the sound. We also have strong representation from Duke and Cornell, 9 apiece, UCLA and Washington University, 7 apiece, Johns Hopkins, 6, Emory, UC Davis, University of Chicago, University of Southern California, each having 5, and many other distinguished institutions. Our students hail from 29 states as well as Canada and Iran. Your academic credentials are stunning. But in addition, almost all of you had substantial research experience in college in dozens of different specialties and disciplines. 4 of you arrived with PhD degrees and 24 with master's degrees. We have scholars who have completed research through the National Institutes of Health and the Howard Hughes Medical Institute. It's worth noting that 62% of you, 133 students, graduated with honors, magna, or summa cum laude. Wow. Many of you have already tested the waters of the medical profession. Locally, you've served as hospital, hospice, and clinic volunteers, camp counselors, and leaders in a variety of community organizations and caregiving roles, especially for children's families and underserved populations. Several of you served as local officers or with the United States military, and one of you worked as an EMT during the Boston Marathon bombing. In addition, your life and volunteer experiences have taken you to nearly every continent and more than 45 countries around the world. As a class, you should be well prepared to confront the valuable differences in cultures and communities and to consider the effects that these can have on patient care. In fact, the range of talents and experiences you represent today may help you in unexpected ways as you go on to solve complex problems in patients from every walk of life. Many of you have worked as teachers and interpreters for many ages and situations, from young children to prison inmates. As you look around, you'll find mountain climbers, a beekeeper, a pilot, bloggers, bakers and cupcake makers, and backpackers. One of you worked on robots for Disney and NASA. And as is typical of our medical students, you bring a significant complement of talented musicians, singers, dancers, artists, and actors. I believe our opera directors will be recruiting right outside the door. You will also find a great many high-performing athletes in your class, from rock climbers to softball, tennis, basketball players, as well as gymnasts, skiers, marathon runners, equestrians, and one that's new to me, an inner-tube water polo player. These statistics, though, are sterile without the special spark that we see in our students. Someone in the admissions process has seen that spark in all of you. I would now like to recognize the parents, spouses, grandparents, children, family, and friends of the entering class who supported and prepared you and nurtured that special spark. Please let us have all the family and friends here today stand so that we can recognize your contributions to this amazing group of future musicians. Also with us this morning are alumni and friends who make it possible for many of our students to attend this medical school through their generous gifts to scholarships at Case Western Reserve School of Medicine. Could we have another round of applause to express our gratitude to our scholarship donors? New adventure, and we, the faculty, hope to give you wings. But I also want to remind you of the roots of this medical school, which was established in 1843. In the last 173 years, it has achieved a number of distinctions. In 1910, when Abraham Flexner did his celebrated review of American medical school, he singled out only 3 as models of great medical schools, and Western Reserve was among them. In 1952, Western Reserve inaugurated a new medical school curriculum that soon became a national model adopted by many, many other medical schools in this country. Case Western Reserve has nurtured the careers of numerous Nobel laureates in medicine, including Paul Berg for recombinant DNA technology, Fred Moran for the biology of nitric oxide, former Surgeons General David Satcher and Jesse Steinfelder, graduates of Case, as is the immediate past CDC Director, Julie Gerberding. Our graduates have been innovators and inspirations. Arthur Sasahara, who is known as the father of thrombolytic therapy. Al Gilman, the author of the major textbook of pharmacology, known to the world as Goodman and Gilman. Pat Walsh, who developed a nerve-sparing operation which allowed the cure of prostate cancer with minimal disruption of function. Members of the National Academy of Medicine, one of the highest honors a physician can receive, some of whom remain on our faculty, such as Jim Anderson, who's known for his study of the response of the body to implants, and many others. And you know, it's not just our venerable graduates who have seen leadership positions. John Brockman, class of 2012, was national president of the American Student Medical Association. Michael Knight, Lerner College class of 2012, was national president of the Student National Medical Association. And more recently, Deshaun Hickman and Abner Murray, both fifth-year MD PhD students, completed terms as chair of the board of directors for the Student National Medical Association and the Latino Medical Student Association, respectively. Continues our proud tradition of educational innovation coupled with scientific excellence through three medical education programs. The Cleveland Clinic Lerner College of Medicine was established with a 5-year problem-based curriculum aimed at producing clinical researchers. In May, we graduated the 6th class from this program, which continues to gain strength and reputation under the leadership of Dr. James Young. Jim, would you stand? This program is coordinated by Dr. Kathy Franco. Dr. Franco, would you stand? In 2006, the university program introduced a new curriculum named Western Reserve 2 to honor and build upon the legacy of our predecessors. This curriculum recognizes that medical technology is constantly evolving, and it sets out to prepare you to evaluate and embrace the unprecedented volume of information that will be available to you in your practice. Under the leadership of Dr. Patricia Thomas, Pat, would you stand? Vice Dean for Medical Education. CWRU is a living, breathing entity that captivates self-directed learners. CWRU, this next generation of Case Western Reserve University programs, has proven to be a great success by the conventional metrics of USMLE scores, and our first classes to complete this curriculum, start to finish, have graduated into the very finest residencies in the country. Our MSTP students experience that curriculum for their first 2 years. And of course, our programs attracted you. You represent one of our best classes ever. So Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine's university program continues its tradition of student as colleague in the creation of 5 societies: all named for distinguished positions associated with our medical school, whose deans provide support and guidance to the students in this exciting and challenging curriculum. Let me ask the society deans to stand and hold your applause until we've named them all. Let me introduce Dr. Robert Haney, an alumnus of our medical school class of 1978, who received his PhD here at 72. He is Associate Dean for Student Affairs and founding Dean of the Robins Society. Dr. Margaret Larkins Pettigrew was recently named the new Society Dean for the Robins Society, and she'll be sharing that responsibility with Dr. Haney in the transition time. Now, Fred Robbins, for whom that society was named, was the Dean of the Medical School and a Nobel laureate. Pretty nice. Other society deans include Dr. Ken Smith, Senior Associate Dean and head of the Satcher Society, named for David Satcher, an MD PhD alumnus who was both a Surgeon General and the head of the Centers for Disease Control. And he returns to visit now and again. Dr. Linda Montgomery, Assistant Dean and head of the Blackwell-McKinley Society. That society was named for Emily Blackwell, one of the first women MD graduates in the U.S. And did you know that Western Reserve graduated 6 of the first 7 women who received the MD in the United States? And also for the late Lisa McKinley, the founding dean of that society. Dr. Steve Riccinati, class of 1995, Assistant Dean for Student Affairs and head of the Wern Society. Joe Wern was a prime mover in the 1952 new curriculum. Finally, this is the inaugural year of a new society, the H. Jack Geiger Society, named for the founder of Physicians for Social Responsibility, which will be led by Dr. Marjorie Greenfield. Thank you. Introduce to you today Dr. Todd Otteson, who is Chief of Pediatric Otolaryngology at University Hospital's Case Medical Center and Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital, as well as the chair of our admissions committee, important in your prerogative. Dr. Henry Ng, our new group assistant dean for admissions, and Dr. James Fleming, School of Medicine class of 1989, who is welcoming new students as this year's alumni representative. Would you all rise for a second? Provide the guidance and steady hand in the curriculum, but the faculty are the heart and soul of the school. I'd like to acknowledge the faculty members who are with us today. Please stand. Thank you. Now, for the university program and MSTPs, this class was admitted under the guidance of the Dean of Admissions, Dr. Lena Maida, who is also Associate Professor of Radiology at University Hospitals. Dr. Maida, please stand. Yes. She's assisted by Christian Essman, our Director of Admissions, and Lena has proved to be a spectacular Dean of Admissions in the case tradition. She is intensely proud of the classes she has admitted, and she's going to be bragging about your successes for years to come. So, School of Medicine alumni take great pride in their successors in the Case Western Reserve legacy, and they will be watching your progress with great interest. I'd like to ask all of our alumni in attendance, please stand and be recognized. You are what these students aspire to be.
I am told I am the first person here to give this presentation by slides. So we will both do an experiment as to how this will go, how this will occur. The first slide was actually predicted by Dr. Young as we were standing online. Dr. Young was recounting a personal account in his life, and he ended the account, that story with a very pithy phrase, which I think is my message to you today. Go forward. Don't hold back.
Jonah Thomas.
some residents.
Kamsi Vara. Arjun Vij. Dominic Vitello. Brianna Walker. Catherine Wang. Michael Wang. Catherine Willie. Josh Williford. Nicole Wise. Nick Wolf. Kimberly Wu. Catherine Wu. Tiffany Wu.
They look great, don't they? I now invite Dr. Stephen Riccanati to introduce the oath of professionalism.
116 of our students from the university and college programs collaborated together to craft their own oath of medical professionalism, which they will recite today. And such collaboration gave me such sense of joy and hope for our profession. It gives me great pleasure to invite Jenny Shu and Kaylin Son Johnson to come to the stage so that they may lead their class in the recitation of their oath. Will the entering class of 2016 please stand and open your program to your oath.
As we enter the profession of medicine, we read the graduating class of 2016 at Case Western Reserve University make these promises. To ourselves, we promise to pursue our education with passion and commitment to excellence, to have awareness of our limitations but confidence in our abilities, to welcome change without losing sight of ourselves, to take initiative, grow from our mistakes, and embrace the uncomfortable and unknown, to support our peers and encourage one another to succeed. To our patients, we promise to strive for effective communication, advocate for all aspects of your care, and learn from your diverse backgrounds and values. To treat you with compassion, listen to your concerns, respect your privacy, honor your trust, and protect your autonomy. To our communities, we promise to collaborate with our colleagues across all disciplines with humility, to embrace our roles as lifelong learners and educators, to promote innovation and the advancement of medicine, and to fulfill our societal duty by advocating for progress. In front of you, our family, friends, and colleagues, we swear this oath.
You may be seated. Well, you've come a long way to get to this point, and to wear this white coat is a badge of honor and achievement. But as much as you have achieved so far, we're going to ask much more of you. We're going to expect more academically because there's so much more at stake. We are preparing you to hold human lives in your hand. Your new knowledge must be accompanied by a sense of how best to use it. You will need to be thoughtful and quick and just a bit brave. We will expect more discretion from you than has ever been expected before. For as you hold your patients' lives in your hands, you also hold their secrets. We will ask compassion from you as never before. Not everyone is an attractive patient, but all require your respect and understanding. The high expectations that accompany that white coat will keep you constantly humble. Nevertheless, we will ask you to learn to be steady and confident, even if you don't feel it. Your patients will need your manner as much as your confidence. And we will demand that you place your patients' needs above your own. So today you take up a rich legacy, and whether you fully realize it or not, you have made a covenant with the profession, your teachers and your patients, to be the best doctor you can. We'll help you, but the whole premise of our curriculum is that learning is inner-driven and lifelong. The responsibility in the end rests with you. This morning's ceremony welcomes you into the community of physicians, adorns you with one of its most important symbols, and commits you to the profession's contract with society. But it is only a beginning. You will need to earn that white coat every day. My newest colleagues, the entering class of 2016, welcome to the profession and to the Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine. I wish you all the very best. We ask that the family and friends remain seated until the platform party, students and faculty have recessed outdoors for a class photo. The ushers will direct you to the Smith lobby in the grand foyer to join in our reception. Thank you for being with us today, and once again, welcome to the Case Western Reserve School.
That would be You'll like master it better than I would. You can find really good notes. Oh,
What does severance mean?
To cut something off.
Stuff over there.
Move out of